Hi, everyone. I'm Sunny.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Rox, and this is
Literature on the Rocks. How we doing?
Fantastic.
Well, how's everyone doing?
Amazing.
Great. I didn't know that already.
My life is joyous. Okay, so topic at hand. I was watching a video and it talked about the lady was like, "Oh, you touch your butt a lot?" to her co-host. And her co-host was like, "I mean, yeah, kinda. Like when I'm lotioning it." And she's like, "What? You lotion your butt?" And first of all, I had that exact same reaction simultaneously to this lady. I was like,
she said it, you were like, ew, you lotion your butt?
no, I literally went, "What? You lotion your butt?" Like as this lady was saying it. And then I posed the question to you guys. Do you lotion your butts daily?
I don't lotion
Not
it daily.
This lady lotions her butt daily, but how often do you lotion your butt
lotion
ever?
my body daily.
These are facts.
Probably
And I don't think
I
that
lotion way less than I probably should.
And I don't think the lady was, I think she was just saying when I'm lotioning up, yeah, I lotion my butt.
Regardless.
Either way, if you're doing a full lotion daily, then that includes your rear.
Do you lotion your butt when you lotion your whole body?
Yes.
I do not.
Not my butthole. I just need to be specific. But then cheeks need to be greased. You know what I'm saying?
I think there are parts of my body that do not need as much lotion as like my legs, my arms, like the things
Yes.
that are in the sun often.
Yes.
Those are for
Yes.
sure.
Those are-
So I do lotion my butt, especially after a full
A
full
scrub
shower.
with the scrub and everything.
Shaving all the
Yes.
things and
You shave your butt?
no.
Oh,
I do
you
not.
said shaving all the things and then it
a
needs
full after having a full shower. No, I'm actually not that hairy of a person. I don't need to shave very much of my body at all. But
It's because they're blonde. That's just cheating. The hair's there. You just can't see it.
All right, listen, Mufasa.
but I think we also talk like I don't
light
lotion
touches.
my torso every time I lotion.
That's why
or-
she doesn't lotion, because it's not where the light touches. It's not her business.
Yeah. I have never lotioned my butt that I
Never,
can
ever,
think
ever.
of.
I don't,
There
like,
was- I think I said something about like I also lotion my boobs. Do you lotion your boobs?
It depends. Like if they're dry, then maybe like underneath or around, right? Like you can
I
see
feel
it,
like-
so maybe.
Yeah,
But
so
I don't
because
like
you
go
can't
around.
see your butt.
I don't
You
like
just
touch
assume
my
it's
butt that often to know that if it's dry.
It's
Maybe I need
chafed
to
a
ask
little.
my husband.
Yeah, your
Like,
husband's
hey, can you
like,
take a look
actually,
and let me know if I need a little lotion back here?
Skin back here, girl.
He's really never complained about it, so I'm gonna
I don't
assume.
think any husband's gonna complain about a naked rear in no matter what, as long as
No,
it's not
he would
bleeding.
for sure tell me, "Hey, you need to put some lotion on this next time."
Oh my god.
Next
he would
time.
tell me.
after.
After, yes, after
being
he
done.
sees it, he's gonna be like, "Nice."
He's like, oh god.
But then
before we start
afterwards,
this,
he's
can
gonna
you please lotion your butt cheeks?
He would tell me if there was some dry skin back there. I feel like.
I don't.
I would
like
expect
said,
him to.
It doesn't see the sun very often, so those areas don't get scaly dry. I feel like, right? They're not.
And I don't put the same, like you said, I don't put the same, like a glob of lotion that I would put on my leg would not be the same amount of lotion I'm putting on my rear.
But I'll put it on my leg and then work it up.
Yeah. Get them
I'm
cheeks.
not
Do you
putting
wash your
lotion.
butt cheeks?
Yes, but I'm not
Do you
putting.
wash between the cheeks?
Yes.
That's the most important question.
But I'm not putting lotion on when I'm naked. So I guess I would have to like get underneath my underwear.
I'm sorry. You hold the
You're out of
phone
the shower.
Yeah.
You get dressed.
and then
And
you
then
lotion?
You put lotion on?
Yeah.
Okay. Who the fuck?
it's a
You're
whole
just
day,
standing there
and then-
naked?
Yes.
Why?
To lotion all the parts.
I mean, I'll lotion the parts, but I'm not naked.
But what?
So
what
you're
wearing?
like
My,
freshly
like my nightgown or my pajamas or whatever.
You get fully dressed.
In my pajamas? I'm not wearing like a bra or anything, so it's easy to just.
You have a full clothed, like someone could walk in and you'd be fine. Like you wouldn't be
Don't
like,
you
oh.
wear pants and a shirt like to bed, like like sleep pants?
No, I'm usually in
You
like
dress
shorts
like a 1920s
and
woman
a tank
in
top or
bed?
shorts and short sleeves. But
That's part of the problem, I would say. When I wear pants to bed, like
well, that's
sweatpants
because
or-
you are like you live in Antarctica all year long. His sunny's
not.
frozen all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, not these days. Not this age.
Caliente.
I'll sweat a whole lot more. This ain't girl. But I do definitely sleep in more like pajama pants.
Okay, so there's a
I'm gonna
difference.
Put pants on and then try and
Yes.
put lotion on.
I'm in like very loose fitting shorts.
I wear both pants and shorts.
If they're loose fitting, still you just go up the bottom of them.
I go up my leg, but I'm not like, let me get the cheeks up here.
Your cheeks are missing out.
Apparently.
You're doing it clothed. I don't know. It's so weird to me.
I do agree that getting fully clothed and then putting lotion on sounds wild, but again, it's
I will, if I'm dressed to go out somewhere, like for the day, and I'm like, oh, those are some ashy ass knees, I will then lotion my legs.
Sure.
But if I'm fresh out the shower where I just scrubbed and descaled, I'm taking the moist skin
care of the ham
and
hocks.
adding lotion to it all.
yeah.
I hear
In
you.
the nude.
You don't leave the
I
bathroom in your
take my
dress.
clothes with me to the bathroom.
Sometimes I do that, so that's
So
not
I don't have to like go anywhere because it's convenient. It's like right here. Like
But
here's
also
my
now your new
PJs.
home, it's like
Primary.
Primary suite.
the primary bathroom, right? Like so it
Even
opens up to your.
in my other house when it was like that. And if I'm walking into my other area of the house, I'm just like, I got my towel and I'm just walking around. Like I don't know. All right, world. Here we go again. Tell us
There
what
will
you're
be multiple kinds of people.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. Like
I want to know how many people get fucking dressed
After they get out of the shower?
and then get lotioned.
But it's really strange to me because I'm for sure putting on pants to go to bed or.
Well, and I'm thinking you're putting it on, it's going to stick a little bit to the inside of the clothes. Like you're not giving it,
Lotions?
yeah.
Well, and that's why
you're not giving
I
it adhesion time.
very rarely wear pants to bed.
But even if you wear shorts and you're
She's
doing
not
the
going
upper
up past
thighs.
the shorts.
I'll like go up my thigh, like up to the top of my thigh, but like I'm just doing the leg part. I'm not going to the butt.
Then I understand the sticky part. It's after
not
you lotion
sticky.
It up, it's not like.
You're not using enough lotion.
Apparently.
You're not letting it seep into the pores.
Apparently.
Ay, ay, ay. Do you have an order in which you shower?
Yeah, it's pretty methodical.
Oh, okay. Tell me about it.
No, now I feel like I'm gonna get made fun of. Tell me your stature.
I get in, I shampoo my hair, and then I rinse it. I then put conditioner in.
Okay.
And then I gotta let it sit. So I wash my body, shave, and then I'll wash my face. And when I'm rinsing off my face, I turn around and also rinse out my hair. Voila. If I'm
Okay.
I'll do like wash my face and then do a scrub too sometimes. But the last thing I'm doing is rinsing out the conditioner in my hair.
I thought you meant like, is there a specific
Body? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah. We can talk about that too. I usually start arms, armpits, chest,
Work your way down.
down until I get to the hips, and then I go down from the ankles and bring
and
it
work
up.
your way up? Yes.
Yes.
I would agree.
From the top,
Actually,
make it drop. You know what I'm
my
saying?
soaping method is the exact same. Left arm first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Well,
'Cause
because
you're
I'm soaping with
right-handed.
my right hand, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
left
yeah.
arm
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And then you do all the things. And
Bring
then you
it
got to
around
swap
town.
over my
Yeah.
little scrubber, right?
Yeah.
And then back to my right hand and then work my way down. Get my back. The soaping is the exact same. However, I wash my face first.
Oh.
So I get in, I wash my face, then I do my shampoo, and then I like rinse it out or whatever. And then my conditioner, and then scrub and shave, and then rinse out my conditioner.
So very close to the same.
Very close.
I do my face last
Oh.
before I rinse out my conditioner.
Yeah.
Because then I
Yes.
do flip around and finish the spritzing of the head.
Yeah.
I just always feel like rinsing, like washing my face first, like it just feels like so refreshing to like get this stuff
I
off
will
my
say
face.
if I have makeup on my face.
Oh,
I
then
will-
face first.
Yeah.
Because
wash
I'll
my
put
face
on
off.
my cleansing balm
Yeah,
outside the
same.
shower
Yeah.
and then go in blind and then wash my face. Yes.
That's same. Exactly the same. Oh my God, we're shower twins. Wow, what a conversation this has become.
Yeah.
Riveting, people.
How do you wash your ass?
And do you lotion it?
That was really the question: is do you lotion
No,
your
the
butt?
question is who the fuck gets fully dressed and then lotions everything?
You know. All right.
Let's get
into this
we're reading
book.
today. Tell us what it is.
Let me
and give
swap
us
it
your
out.
Summaries.
Okay. Today's book is Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders. She is an Australian author of psychological thrillers whose work is known for its tense pacing and chilling domestic suspense. She began publishing in 2020 with All the Lies and quickly became popular because of her ability to make ordinary family dynamics feel unsettling and unpredictable. Her novels are independently published, which I thought was so crazy.
All of them?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't. Did you say how many she's done?
3. She's
Oh.
done 3 books.
And they're all independently. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for her.
And can be found in print, ebook, and audiobook format. Don't Let Her Stay earned a nomination for the Goodreads Choice Award in Best Mystery and Thriller in 2023.
And she's self-published. Good for her.
Right? I was really shocked by her accolades for having done this all by herself.
Yeah.
Which is a testament to her growing impact in the genre. Sanders lives with her family on the edge of a forest in Australia, so she probably got some wild animals back there, some big-ass spiders, I bet you.
There's fucking big-ass spiders just, like, on the coast, so I'm sure by...
Yeah.
Where she says that the territorial magpies, which I had to look up because I was like, what the heck is a magpie? It's a bird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To crested pigeons make themselves at home. She has shared that her writing process thrives in this serene yet subtly eerie environment, helping her craft narratives that feel both domestic and quietly menacing. Her journey into writing psychological thrillers stems from a fascination with how ordinary relationships can become sites of tension and conflict, and how the most chilling moments often take place behind closed doors. When she's not writing, Sanders enjoys the forest surroundings of her home, sharing life with her family, and the local birds. All right, so I'll tell you the little bit about the book. The book summary is: Don't Let Her Stay follows a woman whose carefully built life begins to feel unsafe when her husband's estranged teenage daughter comes to stay with them. On the surface, it looks like a father trying to reconnect with his child, but almost immediately the daughter's presence creates tension. As the household dynamic shifts, the wife finds herself questioning her instincts, her marriage, and whether she's overreacting or underestimating a very real threat. Bum, bum, bum.
It's true. All right, let's talk about the cocktail. We're calling it the Blood Relative. This cocktail is glossy, pretty, and dangerously deceptive, just like the woman who definitely shouldn't be staying. This cocktail is 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce cherry liqueur, 3/4 of ounce vanilla simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon juice, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters.
We want it to be polished, but then pack like a deceptive punch.
Oh, okay. Let's try this cocktail.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Cheers.
Oh,
That's very sweet.
I actually like this one. I think it's the flavor, though.
This one's good.
The cherry. I like the cherryness of it.
Right off the
It's
bat.
very cherry.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Very cherry.
We were so uncertain about the last one, but this one,
I like it.
yeah, I like this one.
Do you like it?
I do. This
Worry?
one almost is like cherry pie-esque.
Yeah, it does kind of cherry pie.
Interesting, because I don't like cherry pie.
Me either. But this is good, though. I feel like this would be good topped with Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of DP in there.
A spritz of the DP.
A little squirt.
Highly recommend. All right, let's get into this book. We're going to start off with My Chumps, which is the prologue to chapter 8. So we start with a terrified woman. She's sneaking out with her sleeping baby, and she's quietly hoping she doesn't wake. She sees a girl in a nursery window, and then she speeds away.
All of 3 seconds in the beginning of the audiobook.
Yeah. So then it like rewinds. 3 weeks earlier, Joanne is home with the baby, Evie, and her dog, Oscar, while her husband, Richard, works. She struggles with exhaustion from Evie's poor sleep, which I feel like she's actually a really good mom. She's super caring for her kid, but I was always tired having that first baby.
I'm
You're just
still tired.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
I'm 9 years into being a mom and I'm tired.
I told
Yeah.
myself for my New Year's resolution, one of the things I was going to try to do, which not a resolution, but a goal from our last episode, if you listen to it, was to
Awake
stop
more?
saying I'm tired.
Oh.
To be
I just
less
wanna
tired?
Stop saying it so much because I feel like I'm always saying how tired and exhausted and stressed out I am. And I feel like I want to change my attitude about it. I don't know what that means, but I feel like I'm always saying it. So anyway, so she struggles with exhaustion from Evie's poor sleep. She's got the mail and she goes through it. She realizes a letter arrives and it's for Richard, but it's like a handwritten letter. She could tell it's from someone. It's like a personal letter. And so she starts to think, is it from his ex-fiance? She's beautiful. Why is she mailing him? And I want to know, is it an invitation to something, or why isn't my name on it? And she's just spiraling a little bit. But the housekeeper, Roxanne, who, let me tell you, to me, I feel like she's a little bit of a bitch.
And she's young.
She's like a teenager, like early 20s.
Yeah, for
Why
sure.
is she? I mean, okay, sure, yeah, she could be a housekeeper, but she is for this like kind of wealthier family.
She's making bank.
Yeah.
And she's like
she's-
headphones on and ignores her. She'll like talk to her and she's just like tapping her headphones like, can't hear you, bitch.
Well, yeah, because as a new mom, Joanne wants to have a conversation with somebody, another adult.
Because
So
she's
she keeps
stay-at-home
trying.
mom.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a lot of conversation.
She keeps wanting to have these conversations with Roxanne, and Roxanne will just, like, totally ignore her.
Yeah.
She's distant with Joanne. Joanne feels lonely and unsure about moving to the countryside because she came from the city, and now they live in this, like, suburb, countryside, whatever. There's tons of space. It's a huge
Mansion.
house.
This country estate in the hillside.
Exactly. Joanne and Richard bought their home while she was pregnant. She worried about the cost, but Richard framed it as a gift. Joanne recalls meeting Richard when he was with Isabella, which is his ex-fiance. After Isabella's infidelity and breakup, Richard eventually asked Joanne out, and they married 8 months later. It was like a whirlwind relationship. And he's significantly older than her.
Yes. She's in her early
30s.
mid-30s, and he's 50s.
Yeah, I feel like she's said that she's like 31 or 32
Yeah,
or
and
something.
he's like in his 50s solidly.
Like old enough to have a daughter in his 20s and her
turned
20s.
Yes,
21,
old enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Joanne worries that Isabella wants Richard back, and that's what, like, she's, like I said, she's spiraling about this letter that she hasn't opened and wants to know what it is. She feels...
Which is crazy to me because I'd have just opened the letter. Honestly. Yeah. I would have opened it. I'd have been like, sent him a message. Hey, you got some weird letter I think it's from so-and-so. I'm going to open it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would be, like,
Secretive.
around it.
No, I would just tell him.
Yeah.
Send him a picture.
I don't-
Hey, I'm going to open this letter.
I don't think I would open it, but I would be like, you got this weird ass letter today.
And
What
I
is
want to
it?
know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always tell my husband, go ahead and open my stuff. Like, I don't, right? He'll always tell me, it's a felony if I open a mail that's yours. I'm like, we're married, fool. Just open it.
Yeah, right.
So I would probably just open
If
it.
they're,
And then if he got mad at me, he got mad at me.
Yeah, if they're like packages, like Amazon packages or something, I'm like, is it for me? I want to open it. Can I open it?
You know what? That's fair.
When he comes home, she feels unkempt and boring since she's had this baby. Like, I feel like just
That's normal.
Typical
feeling, right?
noob mom.
You don't,
figuring
your
this all
body's
out.
not yours anymore, and like you're
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to dress it.
And I don't know if we talk about it, but like she struggled to breastfeed the baby, which is a whole nother, like, my body's fighting me. And
Yeah.
right, there's a whole nother set of hurdles.
Emotions.
Yeah, exactly. So Joanne plans a nice dinner, but Richard tells her, like, oh, I'm working late. So Joanne proposes part-time work for a former colleague, Shelley.
She like wants to stay busy. She's like, you know what? I'm kind of bored.
Well,
let me
and
reach out to my
Richard's working
ex.
late often. I'm here by myself. Like, I need
Baby's
something
asleep.
to stimulate my brain a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just text. She texts them and says, "What about giving me some part-time work?" Because I
Yeah.
think they mentioned that they were a
I
little
think
bit
she
behind.
She calls, Shelley calls, and she's like, do you know where this file is? We can't find it. And she's like, oh, yeah, I think you filed it in whatever this. She's like, oh, you're a genius. Thank you. By the way, what do you think about me working part-time and helping around
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah, from the house.
Yeah.
But they're also kind of like, how can you do that with a baby? Like,
Right.
they're kind of dicks about it.
Yeah,
Like, oh, yeah, because, like, do you have a sitter? Like, are you going to be able to figure it out? Yeah. If anyone asked me, like, how are you going to do that with a baby? I'd be like, ugh.
Same way I do the whole rest of my life, dickhole.
Yeah, right?
yeah, seriously.
Get in line.
Seriously.
So Richard comes home early and kind of surprises her because he wants to spend time with his girls, Joanne and Evie. Joanne lies, saying Shelley suggested that she return to work. And he's kind of like, is that something you want to do? Like, do you want that? But this guy, Anthony, still works for the company. And Anthony and her kissed one time. And so he has a little bit of, there's like tension around her going
Yeah,
to
but
work.
he gets like
jealousy.
0 to 60 about her working around him again and how he doesn't want that to happen anymore.
Well, like when she told him about him kissing, them kissing, he like ended the date really abruptly and then kind of backtracked. But yeah, he is very possessive over it a little bit. But she's not going into the office, so it's fine.
Like, I'm not even going to see him.
Yeah. So they agree, and then they agree to hire a nanny that will support Joanne's return to work. Then Joanne gives the letter to Richard, and he opens it, and it's from his estranged daughter, Chloe, wanting to come and visit and meet her new sister. In her letter, she apologizes and states she wants to meet Evie and plans to stay for a few weeks. We get a little bit of Chloe's backstory. She lost her mother, Diane, when she was 11 years old, developed an unhealthy attachment to Richard, and then she was like, Richard tells Joanne, at least, he sent her off to boarding school because she struggled a little bit, and now she's trying to figure out life in London. She's studying fashion photography. And so Joanne is excited because she's never met her. They dated for 8 months. They got married. Now they have a baby, and she's never met Richard's daughter. Richard returns from the station with Chloe, and Joanne is excited, but at the moment when they arrive, she's kind of flustered but optimistic about her arrival. Joanne also hired a new nanny after having a couple interviews, and she's really excited for this nanny. She's a child psychiatrist, and she's like got all the accolades.
Like the perfect nanny for her.
Yes. And so she's very excited that she was even available. She's already sent a letter like, we want her. And then she ended up having a pretty successful work meeting in that day. So right now she's like, I can do this. I got this. And now I got to go meet Chloe. Well, Chloe is like, Daddy, oh, my sweet daddy. And then as soon as Richard leaves the room, she's like, yeah. Like her whole voice and everything, persona completely changes. Joanne kind of clocks in and is like, oh, that's weird. So she gets a little bit critical and condescending towards Joanne. She ignores Joanne's protests and roughly picks up Evie from her, because she's like, okay, so she's like, oh, I'll show you to your room and I can give you a tour of the house. And they go, she's like, do you want to sneak a peek and see Evie for the first time? She's like, no, not right now. They go and she's like, show me your room. What's upstairs? Right? Like she's like,
what do you keep in here?
Yeah, she's like going through the whole house. And at the very end, she's like, I want to see Evie. They go in and Evie's asleep in her crib.
And she has such a hard time sleeping. She's like, don't touch her, don't wake her.
Right? And Chloe starts to reach in and she's like, no, please don't pick her up. And then she picks her up and Evie starts wailing and she starts to like Chloe is holding baby Evie and she's like trying to get her to stop crying, but she's like roughly shaking her, like bouncing her.
Like she's never been around a baby in her life.
Yeah. And she's like, it doesn't even look like she can hold a baby. Like she knows how to hold a baby. So Joanne, for good reason, is trying to help her. Like, oh, here, just give her to me and I will do this. And then Richard walks in and all of a sudden Chloe is just lightly bouncing her and holding her properly. And
Joanne looks like this frazzled, crazed mom.
Yes. And so she's like saying like I didn't look like she knew what she was doing. I was just trying to help her. And she's like, I don't know what I can possibly, Chloe's like, I don't know what I could possibly be doing wrong. Do you not want me to touch my baby sister, Joanne? Are you trying to like take her from me? Like, I'm so sorry if I did something wrong. And Richard's like, Joanne, why would you accuse her of such a thing? She's fine. Come on, Chloe, let's go downstairs. Can you please put Evie back to bed while we go figure out what we're going to have for dinner?
Yeah.
So she's there trying to put those back to sleep for 20 minutes. Joanne worries her relationship with Chloe will be strained. At dinner, Chloe mocks Joanne's age and her forgetfulness. I think Richard makes a comment like, you would forget your head if it wasn't on your body or something.
Yeah,
and then like Chloe thinks it's hilarious and starts making fun of her forgetfulness and tells her again. And then Chloe's like, well, I've actually dropped out of school and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in between things. I was modeling and doing these things, but maybe I could just stay and I can be Evie's nanny. And Joanne's kind of like, I just hired this really wonderful child psychiatrist nanny that like checks all the
degrees
boxes.
And all the education.
But Richard's like, that's a great idea. And Joanne's like, what? No, it's not. And so
I just hired somebody.
And then Chloe obviously turns to like, what, did you not want me here, Joanne? I
think she like starts crying.
Yeah, she like starts to tear up. Joanne is uneasy, but feels pressured to accept it. And then she cancels the hired nanny and lets Chloe be the nanny.
And then we jump into chapters 9 through 18. Richard is thanking Joanne for being kind to Chloe, and he admits that she struggled in the past, but doesn't give any details. And they plan Chloe's upcoming 21st birthday. Joanne tries bonding with Chloe in town because they like go out to go shopping, but Chloe is super dismissive. Chloe disappears and is later like Joanne can't find her anywhere. She's not in the store. She is found later eating ice cream with Roxanne, who is the housekeeper.
Yeah.
And Chloe twists the events to make Joanne seem mistaken. She's like, I told you I was going to come over here. She's like, you didn't say shit to me, Chloe. She's like, maybe you're just forgetting things again, Joanne.
Like, I've been looking for you all day.
Yeah. So Chloe comments that Evie doesn't like Joanne, and she panics while feeding Evie and asks Joanne to take over. She's like, okay, you can feed her and practice feeding her because you're going to be taking care of her, nanny. Right. And she's like, oh my God, take her, Joanne, take her. So, Joanne suggests bringing the nanny back, and Chloe lashes out. Chloe becomes cheerful again. Like, she just goes through all of the realm of emotions, and then Richard's home, and she's like, Daddy, you're back.
Yes.
Like, straight into, like, little girl mode. She's no longer an adult when Richard's
when
around.
You're listening to the audiobook, her voice goes from, like, I'm talking normally to, like, oh, Daddy. Oh, my sweet daddy's home.
Oh, hi, Daddy. We missed you so much today, Daddy.
You've probably worked so hard today, Daddy.
Yes. And it's like even her voice goes up 5 octaves.
So Richard, in his infinite man wisdom, decides Joanne, I brought you a gift, and it's a bicycle because you've been wanting to work out. So now you can ride around town. Fucking Richard. So Chloe can babysit Evie while she goes on bike rides. Joanne voices doubt about Chloe. She's like, I don't know. She struggled to feed her this afternoon. I had to take the baby. But Richard's like, oh, she messes up one time and you're...
He's so defensive of Chloe.
Super
from
defensive.
the beginning.
Yes.
And you haven't seen this bitch in years.
But it's almost like he's overcompensating. Like, she wants to come back, so we need to walk on eggshells. Like, let's not.
I need my daughter.
Yes.
This is my
Which
life.
I understand to a point.
I agree.
But then there's like...
I think for the first little bit, you're forgiving him.
Yes, you have
You're
empathy.
That's
Like,
shitty, but
you're
I get
trying
it.
to build a bridge with your
And Joanne
daughter.
does
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
She really does genuinely try.
Yes.
She does. So he accuses Joanne of not trying hard enough. And the way he snaps at Joanne through this whole first part of the book, I'm like, just say that one more fucking time, Richard. So Joanne notices Chloe watching them. Like, while they're having this argument about her, she notices that she's like silently like in the corner in the darkness watching. And she's like,
creeping.
fuck me. Like, this bitch is listening to everything.
Yeah.
So in the night, Joey finds Chloe in the nursery with a paracetamol bottle. Chloe denies any wrongdoing because she like walks in and she's like trying to give her stuff in the bottle. Chloe gets
She sees her like
frazzled.
hunched over in the bathroom with
Yes.
this bottle, and she's like, "What are you doing?" She like turns around and she has this
and then
bottle
she
in her
drops the
hand.
bottle.
Yeah.
And so she goes and cries to Richard and she makes Joanne look irrational. And Richard sides with Chloe again, leaving Joanne feeling enraged and disbelieving. She's pissed at this point.
Yeah.
I would be too. Like, I know she's your daughter, but also
Like, she's trying to hurt our other daughter.
I am not crazy.
Yeah.
At least try to hear me out. At least try to give me some benefit of the doubt, and let's look into it. Talk to her.
Yeah.
So she has Evie, and she's like, okay, she's going to talk to Richard because she's like, what the fuck? And he's grabbing pillows from his bed. He's like, I'm going to go sleep in the guest room. So she's like, all right, fuck you too, Richard.
Yeah.
And she takes Evie to go sleep with her. Mm-hmm. And Joanne questions whether Chloe really intended to medicate Evie. She's like, what the fuck? Like, why would you try to give medication to not your child?
Especially without asking me, right? Like,
Yeah. Joanne is recalling that her mom had postpartum psychosis. And she's like, oh my God, like, what if Richard's right?
Am I
And
going crazy?
Yeah, what if I have psychosis? So Richard apologizes, but suggests that Joanne is overreacted and should go see a doctor, and specifically reminds her about her mother.
Yeah.
Joanne apologizes to Chloe, who hesitates a little bit before forgiving her. They make plans for Chloe to watch Evie during Joanne's meeting. She has a meeting scheduled.
Yeah.
Then during Joanne's meeting, Evie is crying and like she's like, hold on, guys, I got to see what's going on. And she can't find Chloe anywhere. Mm-hmm. So Joanne is forced to take care of Evie during the meeting, disrupting her work. She gets a lot of flack from the male guy in the call. Like, are you sure you can really handle this job,
No,
Joanne?
which-
Clearly, you have a baby. How could you do both? So then Chloe just strolls in on her fucking bike without asking to borrow it. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Joanne. You never told me you had a meeting. She's gaslighting Joanne.
It's like crazy.
And then Chloe suggests, like, oh, did you inherit your mother's mental illness? Like, she starts bringing it up.
It's crazy too, because at some point in the story, I start thinking, wait, is she really going crazy? Like, is she really forgetting these things? Like, am I seeing her perspective and going, like, when we hear the story, are we getting Joanne's perspective? And then when we get Chloe's side, it's the reality. Is she really going crazy?
I never thought Joanne was crazy.
No?
I thought, how the fuck would she know this? Richard had to have told her because this was private and happened years ago.
Right.
So why the fuck would you share that with your bitch ass daughter? So Joanne is shaken that Chloe knows about her mother's illness, and she works hard to plan Chloe's party to keep the peace. She's like, I'm going to make this a great 21st birthday for her, and this is really going to help us have a relationship. So Richard and Chloe still criticize Joanne's forgetfulness and her mental health. Like, this all happens at dinner, and Richard's trying to make little jokes about it, and then Chloe comes in like she's part of the joking family, and hers is more with
She
malice.
doesn't even go here.
Exactly. Can't sit with that. So Joanne tries to tell Richard she doesn't trust Chloe as a nanny, but he refuses. He's like, absolutely not. And Richard goes and sleeps in the guest room again. And Chloe is still eavesdropping. Every time they have a little tiff
Just
or a
hanging out in the
disagreement,
shadows.
she's just there listening. So Joanne finds a shard of the broken medicine bottle and worries again, like, oh shit, like, is there more glass here?
Yeah.
Could Evie get into it? So Richard is cold and is like, Chloe is staying on as the nanny. And Joanne secretly arranges testing for the bottle shards and buys surveillance cameras. She's like, what if she put something in the bottle?
Yeah.
And I caught her, the bottle broke, so who knows? So Chloe pressures Joanne to let her babysit, but Joanne refuses. She's like, you're going out to town, just leave the baby with me. Just leave her with me. And she's like, no, I like taking her shopping with me. She's coming with me.
And like, yeah, no.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do with my kid. So Chloe leaves and Joanne is snooping in her room. She's like, oh, she had laundry downstairs and it's been there and I've been asking her to take it up. I'm going to take the laundry up and I'm going to snoop while I'm in there. And she finds a baby photo and she gets caught by Chloe. And Chloe is furious and produces a doctored photo of Joanne kissing the landscaper, Simon. Wow. She photoshopped a picture of Joanne kissing Simon. And she's like, it's clearly fake. Like, you got that photo from me kissing, a photo of me kissing Richard, and just like put Simon's face in there. And she's like, well, I'm going to show this to my dad if you don't let me stay as the nanny. And Chloe hints that Richard still loves Diane, which is Chloe's mom, his dead ex-wife, and pressures Joanne not to mention the baby photo. Joanne plans quiche for dinner. Chloe, the bitch that she is, used... how do you use that many eggs for a fucking cake?
Yeah.
Like 18 eggs.
She uses all the damn eggs. Even if you just had 6 eggs, you don't need 6 eggs in a cake.
No.
But Chloe bakes this cake, uses all the eggs, and it's like, I made you a present. I wanted this to be like a gift for you so that we could love each other. But you just hate me so much. Richard defends Chloe and accuses Joanne of psychosis. And Joanne realizes Chloe carefully orchestrates events to undermine her and cause these blow-ups with Richard. And Richard insists that Joanne apologize to Chloe while Chloe privately lies about her.
Like, how dare you insinuate my daughter would do such a thing?
Richard, we're about to fight.
Especially because of how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Like how it ends. You're like, you fucking knew.
And so then we jump into chapters 19 to 27. Joanne sets up the hidden cameras around the house. So she sets up the hidden cameras around the house at night, and she hides one in a teddy bear in the nursery and another in the pantry. And she's like up in the pantry and she's trying to like shove it up into the area, and Richard interrupts her as she's trying to put that camera up. And it like kind of gets awkward because she's like, oh, I'm just trying to reach this like sugar on the top of the pantry.
Because she's not... First of all, with these cameras, I don't think my husband would be weirded out if I was like, look, I just want to know stuff that's going on. We have this new person in our house. And I don't know.
But he like questions, well, he doesn't know yet.
His daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, but still, like, we also have a housekeeper. We also have this landscape guy a maintenance guy that I have come in all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to know where they're at and when they're at, especially if I'm on a meeting. I'd like to just see what's going on in our house sometimes. I don't think it would be a crazy thing to ask.
Yeah, but
I
she's
don't
putting
think
these cameras in like odd places. Like if you're going to surveil your house, you would put one in the living room, one at the entryway, right? Like so you can see the goings and comings.
Hey, we're recording what's happening in this house now.
Yeah. Well, he catches her and it throws her off, and she hadn't picked up the box of the camera, so she's like shoving it underneath the shelf with her foot.
She doesn't want him to know.
Yeah, because she's trying to keep it from him.
She's keeping it a secret.
So then Richard reveals Chloe's birthday is tonight. He's like leaving for work or something, and he's like, oh, you know, Chloe's birthday. And she's like, I thought it was Saturday. Yeah. And he's like, no, it's tonight. Like, oh, you forgot again? Like you're mixing up the days?
But
and she's
Chloe
like,
specifically gave her the wrong
yes.
date.
And she's like,
but
no.
she had this grand idea of doing this big
She had a whole thing planned. She had food being catered. She had all this stuff. It was prepped. She was ready to go because she really wanted to make a good impression.
Yeah, she was going all out.
Yeah, so Joanne freaks out. She's like, what? I thought it was Saturday. Holy shit. Like, we need to make this better. So she scrambles to arrange catering. She bakes a cake. She gets all of the stuff ready for this party.
She makes it happen.
She makes it happen in like 6 hours. And Chloe claims that Joanne canceled the party. But then Richard defends Joanne. So they get to the night and nobody shows up. And Joanne is like, where is everybody? Like, how come nobody's here? And Chloe's like, you just canceled it. You told everybody that we weren't doing it because you forgot and you didn't want it to fall on you. And she's like, wait, no. Like, I put all of this together. You think I would do all of this and then send your friends away? Like, what the hell?
Well, Chloe canceled it with her friends.
Well, yes.
Because she says, Joanne told me it was canceled, so I told all my friends it's canceled.
So
I
then...
look so dumb, Daddy, canceling my party.
Yeah. So then Chloe flees dramatically. Joanne and Richard enjoy the catered dinner together because they're like, well, we have the food, so we might as well just eat it.
I'm glad Richard stood up for her in that moment.
Yeah, because she
I was
actually
really
executed.
disliking him.
How was he going to really downplay it? Like, she pulled it together. So he's like, obviously, the proof is here. You weren't trying to, not do something. So then Richard criticizes Joanne for mistrusting Chloe despite her mistakes. He says she isn't thinking clearly and needs Chloe's help. He's like trying to defend Joanne with Chloe, and he's telling her like, look, this is all a misunderstanding. Shit's going awry. Let's really work together and let's really rally behind Joanne because she needs it. Joanne reviews the nursery camera footage and she sees Chloe looks sweet and loving with Evie. She's like, oh, that's weird. Like, she sees her go into the baby's room and she's panicking like, oh shit, what is she doing in there? And she picks her up. She rocks her. She sings to her. She's like really calming her down. She lays her down and the baby goes right back to sleep. And she's like, wait a second. That's not what I expected to see.
Yeah.
So she really doubts the way she sees things. So then Joanne replays footage obsessively, but sees nothing. Like, she keeps going back and replaying all the time and looking at all the cameras, and she's not seeing anything. The paracetamol test finally comes back, and it comes back clean. And now she's extra thinking about like, maybe I really am going crazy.
Yeah, maybe I'm imagining this.
Maybe I am having this psychosis. Chloe catches sight of a camera, possibly realizing Joanne is watching. She like sees it in the nursery and she's like, what the hell? Right? And so at dinner, Chloe reveals Joanne lied about work, stoking the conflict between Joanne and Richard. She like kind of outs her and tells her like, wait, no, didn't you call and tell them that you wanted to come back to work? And so then Chloe hints that Richard never wanted a baby. She is basically just adding the fuel to the fire to Joanne's insecurities and fears about him wanting to love that other lady. So then Richard admits that there are secrets about Chloe, but Chloe interrupts with one of Joanne's hidden cameras. He's like about to tell her, so there's a history, there's a background, and I think I need to explain these to you. And then here comes Chloe barging in, and she's like, what's this camera? And so Richard now is pissed. He's like, you have hidden cameras around this house? And he deletes the app from Joanne's phone. He tells her, like, give me your phone. We need to delete all the footage. Like, I can't believe you're doing this. You haven't told me about it. Get rid of these cameras. We don't need to have them in the house. Richard still doesn't believe Joanne's stories and feelings about Chloe. She keeps telling him, like, something's off and I can't put my finger on it. And he's like, you're losing your mind. So he reveals Diane died by suicide. It's like later at night. They're like, it's just the two of them. And he tells her, she died by suicide. She was depressed.
He's just like exhausted from arguing. And he's like, look,
this is what happened. And so she's depressed. She was drinking. She fell from a railing while Chloe was alone with her. And Joanne urges him to hold Chloe accountable. Richard insists Joanne see his doctor, and Joanne worries he might hospitalize her and questions her own sanity. And so then Richard suggests Chloe is jealous of his remarriage. He's like, you know what? Maybe she's jealous. Maybe she doesn't want you to be here. And, so he reassures Joanne that he loves her, and he makes her promise to see a doctor. So she schedules an appointment, and Richard plans to take the day off. The doctor prescribes anxiety medications after Joanne describes the stress of living with Chloe. She's like, it's taking a toll. I'm exhausted. And this bitch is making me lose my mind. So Joanne checks on Evie and she's with Richard just happily, just hanging out. So Joanne confides in Robin, her only friend, about Chloe's behavior. The paracetamol shards and Richard always siding with Chloe. And she explains Diane's death and Chloe's panic with Evie. Robin validates Joanne's fears and urges her to trust her instincts. Joanne is emotional as Robin is the first to believe her. She's like,
it's so crazy. And
finally, somebody's...
I'm not crazy.
Yeah, like hears what I'm saying and believes that, okay, there is something to my story. I'm not just losing my mind. So Joanne tells Richard about the prescription, lies about going upstairs to watch meditation videos, and she uses this time to research Diane's death. She finds articles that list the suicide suspicious, and the article notes that Chloe originally claimed there was an intruder, but the police dismissed it, and she learns that Richard had another daughter and asks why he never mentioned her. Big reveal. Like, what do you mean you've had a kid and nobody knows about this? So then Richard reveals his daughter Sophie died of cot death at 3 months,
Which is Sid's.
before Diane's death. And Diane resented Chloe after Sophie's birth.
I can't imagine. Like when I had a second kid, I wasn't resentful of my older kid.
No, but Richard didn't like witness those behaviors, and so he wasn't
just like
sure.
he's not witnessing it with Joanne.
He's got these wool-covered eyes, and he doesn't see nothing. Chloe once threw out Sophie's belongings, and Richard still defends her.
He's like, oh, that's just normal kid stuff.
Just kid jealousy, right?
Yeah.
And so then Richard says trauma explains Chloe's behavior. She just had a traumatic childhood. Her mom died. Her sister
she had
died.
to stay there with her mom's dead body for hours. Like clearly trauma.
She's got a lot going on. So therapy and boarding school helped her recover somewhat. He sent her off to therapy and sent her off to boarding school. Chloe interrupts the conversation as they're having this moment. Of course, she's always around.
Yeah.
Richard's uneasy, and Joanne realizes he knows but is in denial. Like he has this moment where she realizes, okay, he was uncomfortable that she showed up during this conversation. So he's also having a moment.
So now we're going to jump into chapters 28 through 36. Joanne finishes the article about Sophie's death, which is cited as factor in Diane's suicide. Joanne believes Chloe felt abandoned by being sent to boarding school. Like you just left your daughter kind of on her own. She just lost her sister. She just lost her mother and then kind of lost her father because you sent her away.
Yeah, Joanne's like really harping on Richard. Like, I get it. I understand why she is the way she is.
Yes, yeah. So she tries to bond with Chloe. Like she decides, okay, I'm going to let her know that she is loved, she is safe, and she's welcome in this house. And so she invites her to go to town with her. But on the way to like this market that they're going to, Chloe starts pulling these manipulative like strings, and Joanne is starting to automatic kind of just put up those defenses again. Like, I'm trying to understand you. And then she's like, this is horrible music. Can we listen to something different, please? She's like, just leave it alone. It's going to take us 3 minutes to get to town. Let's talk. Tell me about your sister. Tell me about your mom. She's like, I don't want to talk to you about any of this. Can we please just put on different music? And she gets her phone and she's like, what's the password? And she's like, Chloe, seriously, let's just chat. Who cares about the music? And she's like, exactly. It's only 3 minutes. Like, let's just listen to something else. What's your password? And so she finally gives it to her. Now Chloe has her password to her phone. Chloe claims that Richard is cheating. She's like, Joanne, you're so stupid. Obviously, my dad's cheating on you. My dad obviously has money. He can do so much better than you. He's cheating on you. Joanne gets angry. And then she even says, like, he's cheating on you with a supermodel who's super tall with really long legs and this banging body and like blonde, long hair.
Clearly the antithesis of
Banging
you.
body.
Yeah.
Banging body.
And she like briefly leaves her. She like tells her like, you're walking home. Get out. You're not coming to this market with me. You get to walk home. She's like, eventually she is like coming back from the market and Chloe's there with
Roxanne, I think.
with
Yeah,
Roxanne.
she's always ends up with Roxanne.
Yeah. She's like, what are you doing? And they're like waiting by the car. She's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I was waiting for you to be done. She's like, I told you you're walking home. She's like, you want me to walk the 6 miles back home? She's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have been such a bitch. So she lets her get in the car. They get back into the car because she doesn't want Richard to get mad at her. Joanne calls Shelly to quit her job. She's like, I don't want to do this, Chloe, anymore, basically. So she says the nanny's just not working out. She tells Richard about Chloe's accusation of the affair, and he just dismisses it like it's no big deal.
It's like, absolutely not, Joanne. Why are you listening to that?
She's crazy.
Her? She's joking.
She's
clearly.
a child.
So then Chloe reveals Joanne quit her job, and Joanne hadn't told Richard yet, but Richard asks Chloe to stay until after his trip. So it's like, she's like, yeah, they just didn't need me. I didn't, it's okay, it's fine, right? And then she kind of looks at Chloe like, challenge me, bitch. Go ahead, tell him I'm a liar, because now it's a game of he said, she said. Richard asks Chloe to stay. He's going on a work trip, and he's like, maybe Chloe can just stay to look after, like, Joanne.
Yeah, because he wants her to be committed. He really wants Joanne to be committed.
Oh, to be like, to go to a mental... Yeah, right? So Richard asks Chloe to stay until after he gets back from his trip, and then he can help around. So Joanne reluctantly agrees, like, fine. Joanne reinstalls the camera app and sees a shadow leaving the nursery when Evie cries. So she deleted the camera app, but she never got rid of the cameras. So she just reinstalls the camera and hopes that things have been recording. And when she reinstalls it, it has been, and she sees, like, this shadow in the nursery when Evie starts to cry, and then the shadow runs away. So Richard teaches Chloe to shoot with a freaking shotgun in their front yard. She jokingly points the gun at Joanne. Richard dismisses Joanne's concerns. He like tells her like, "Don't do that, Chloe. That's not funny, right?" She's
we don't
pointing
point
a
guns
freaking
at
gun at
people.
someone. Joanne researches Diane's death, contacts reporter Jim Preston, who did the report on...
She is not letting go of the ex-wife's death. She's on it.
Yeah,
She's like,
something
something is
happened."
amiss here,
Yes.
and I need to know what it is.
Yeah, so she calls Jim, the writer, and recalls Chloe changing the story about the intruder. She thinks she made it up. The writer's like, yeah, I suspect something's going on with Chloe. Joanne suspects Chloe may have been involved in Diane and Sophie's death. So Jim arranges a lunch meeting with Joanne that they can meet and discuss all the details later. Joanne tells Chloe she's going to a medical specialist. She's trying to come up with some sort of, reason that I'm just going to leave. I'm going to take my daughter. You stay here. And then I'm going to have lunch with a friend. And Chloe tries to come, but like she gets out of it, whatever. It's a whole thing, but... At lunch with Jim, he recalls Chloe contradicting herself about hearing arguing. Richard hired a lawyer to protect Chloe. Jim notes the unplugged phone lines. It was something that Chloe did all the time, so why didn't she just plug back in a phone and call the police? It could have potentially saved her mom's life because she was alive for probably about 20 minutes or so after she had fallen. So Chloe could have reconnected, called the police, but she didn't do it. And she was 11, like even the writer's like, she was 11, not 3. Like she was fully capable and understanding.
Calling for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim reveals Chloe was hospitalized in a mental health facility after Diane's death. Jim believes Richard struck a deal with the police to like try and hush it.
Which this was new information because Richard never told her that she was
went to a
hospitalized,
boarding
and she was
school.
like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, she's like, "What are you talking about?" She went to a boarding school right after, and he's like,
After she was hospitalized, yeah.
maybe."
Boarding school.
Yeah. Joanne suspects Richard sides with Chloe out of fear. Jim, the writer, he mentions something like, I walked in to interview them and the dad said something, Richard said something, and Chloe looked at him with like death in her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And Richard almost seemed fearful. Joanne suspects Richard sides with Chloe out of fear. Richard denies Chloe was hospitalized. Yeah. And then says, well, he doesn't deny that she was hospitalized. He says that she had to have therapy. Like I was trying to get her therapy. So she went to that hospital a couple times, had a few sessions. It was no big deal.
But he denies that she was like committed and like stayed there long-term hospitalization. Like it wasn't a in and out type of thing when she just had therapy. Like he denies that she was actually a long-term person in
right,
care.
yeah, it was like we went to get her. And then he even says something about like, because she's like, you told me she immediately went to boarding school afterwards. He's like, no, I did say she went to boarding school, but I didn't say immediately after. You just assumed.
Like, and I don't need to tell you all of Chloe's history, Joanne.
It's none of your business. So she does end up saying something about like, are you sure? I need you to tell me that you don't suspect your daughter had anything to do with your daughter Sophie's or Diane's death. And he gets upset. Like, how dare you say these things? Will you listen to yourself? Are you taking your medication? And she starts to like question herself because she's like, no, I haven't been. He's like, I can't trust you to take care of yourself. How am I going to trust you to take care of Chloe and Evie? So Joanne finds Chloe because she's like, check my phone. There's a weird thing that happened on my phone. I'll show you. And she goes to find it and the video is gone. And he's like, or maybe it was just never there. Like, you're clearly paranoid. Things are happening. These things aren't actually happening, Joanne. But she's pretty sure that Chloe must have erased it because now she knows my phone's password. Richard accuses Joanne of acting like her mother and suggests taking Evie and Chloe away. Joanne apologizes to avoid being overpowered and losing her kid.
She's getting gaslit left
Yeah,
and
for
right, and
sure.
she's just giving up.
Richard suggests Joanne stay in a hospital. She convinces him she'll be fine. Richard calls Roxanne to stay while he's gone. Joanne sees Chloe with Richard's phone before he leaves. Solomon, he like calls Roxanne on his phone. He's like, let me just do it. I'm just going to have her come over. I'll make you feel better, make me feel better. I'll call her. You just sit here. And so he calls on the phone. Richard, like later after he leaves, Solomon, which is Richard's lawyer, calls and basically says Chloe contacted him about the will on her 21st birthday. And I'm just trying to get a hold of Richard to let her know when it was. It was on this date.
Oh, because she's getting an inheritance.
Yeah, but he just says like, oh, he wanted to know when Chloe reached out for the will. It's like part of Diane's estate. She had a lot of money. Joanne later sees Chloe by the fish pond when the phone rings, and she's like watching Chloe while she's talking on the phone with Jim Preston. And Jim tells her that Chloe spent 3 months in the psychiatric hospital, not like she just had this brief stint of a couple appointments. Like, she was there for a while. He reveals the entire family was home when Sophie died, because that was one of the things she said, that Richard said, was like, she couldn't have anything to do with her sister's death. She wasn't even home when it happened. And Jim's like, yeah, the whole family was there. That was part of the statement when the mom died, that's why they thought maybe it was because of Sophie's death. So Joanne starts to question why Richard lied about it. Jim thinks Richard is in denial, which may have affected his memory, and Joanne remembers she has more security cameras and ends the call like right as Jim is about to say something like, speaking of your husband, I hope you don't mind me saying. She's like, I've got to go, click. So Joanne retrieves the remaining 3 cameras. She installs one in the nursery while Chloe's out. She asks Simon, the landscaper maintenance guy, to install a lock on the nursery door that can only be unlocked with a key, and sends Chloe for diapers to keep her away while he installs that. Joanne hears noises upstairs and suspects Chloe didn't actually leave, but Simon reassures her there's nobody there. He goes up and checks the attic. He's like, just an open window, it's fine. When Chloe returns, Joanne questions if the diapers came from their stash. Joanne hides 2 more cameras around the house. She realizes her phone is missing, smells chemicals, and then sees Chloe on the baby monitor holding Evie. Chloe warns Joanne to leave, claiming she must hide Evie in the basement before the bad man returns. Joanne screams for Simon. So Chloe won't give She's holding baby Evie. She won't give Joanne her baby. She tells Joanne, you need to leave. I'm going to protect Evie. My dad's at it again. Chloe says that Richard plans to kill Joanne and Evie and then blame her just like he did with her mom. She claims Richard faked his business trip. He snuck back in the house. He murdered her mom. And then he murdered Diane for money because she had a whole bunch of money. And then had Alfred Butterworth cover for him, who then was found mysteriously dead at a later date.
He was like his business partner.
Yeah, so
but he's dead.
She's like, listen, he did all of this, and I'm trying to protect you from it happening to you.
Right.
But if that's the case, why wouldn't she just be like, here, Joanne, take Evie and run?
Right. I need to hide her in the basement.
I'm going to protect her. You need to go away. No, bitch. Well, Joanne's obviously freaking out. She returns for Simon to come. She doesn't know what to believe. Chloe insists that Richard's business is failing again and that he will repeat this pattern. She says Roxanne isn't coming. Richard only pretended to call her. Because Joanne's kind of like, well, nothing's going to happen. Roxanne's coming. Chloe vows to kill Richard, and Joanne recognizes the chemical smell as gasoline. Chloe exclaims that Richard has returned, and Joanne runs into him.
Then we jump into the last chumps, chapters 37 through 45. Richard says he came home after getting a message from Solomon, which, why would you run home after just finding out that your daughter's just inquiring about her inheritance? He can't get Chloe to hand over Evie, and Joanne explains her phone is missing and that the landlines are dead. And Chloe locks herself and Evie in the bathroom of Evie's room. Richard pleads with Chloe to open the door while Joanne looks for the gasoline smell. Joanne's finds gasoline spread throughout the house. Like, she goes downstairs and it's everywhere. The carpets are soaked with them. She answers Chloe's ringing phone and speaks with Roxanne, who confirms Richard canceled her stay. Joanne starts believing Chloe's story. Richard returns Joanne's missing phone, claiming he found it in her office. He sends Joanne to the nursery while he gets an axe because he's going to chop down the bathroom door. And Joanne confirms Roxanne never came and realized Richard cut the phone lines and removed her SIM card. So Joanne hides Chloe and Evie, then traps Richard inside the nursery with the new lockable key on the door. And Chloe insists she must save Joanne and Evie. So they sneak downstairs, but they're caught by Richard, who accuses Chloe of lying. And he claims Chloe killed Diane and Sophie. And Joanne doesn't know who the fuck to trust anymore.
Seriously.
So she follows Chloe because she's holding on to Evie still. And in the basement, Chloe says Richard manipulated Joanne's memory. And they read a text from Jim Preston warning that Richard's business is failing. Joanne fully believes Chloe sees Richard trying to escape on the camera footage. Joanne confronts Chloe about the Photoshop picture, and Chloe admits she wanted Joanne to leave Richard to stop him from collecting life insurance. Chloe reveals she saw Richard with an older woman and knew he was having an affair. She says she can protect Joanne and Evie. Like, how could you? You don't do anything. How could you protect them? So Richard escapes the nursery, claiming he loves Joanne. He fetches his shotgun, and Chloe confesses she was hiding in Evie's room to protect her. That's why you saw me on the camera. I was in there making sure Richard never came and poisoned her. So she says no one believed her when she told them the truth about Diane's death. Richard goes outside, and Joanne and Chloe decide to flee. Like, we got to get out of here.
It's crazy because at one point I do sort of believe, like, maybe Richard is the crazy one.
I fully believed Chloe's story at this point.
I was like, maybe she's onto something because so where did the gasoline come from?
Well, she left to go to the store to pick up diapers. There's definitely a lot
Signs.
of room for it to be either
One of them.
Well, and like when this is happening, I'm flashing back to Richard being like possessive and like showing little spouts of anger. And I'm like, he could have been masking it this whole time.
Yes.
So they spot Richard outside by Joanne's car with a shotgun, and Chloe insists on distracting him so Joanne and Evie can escape. She's like, I'm going to go. You take Evie and you guys get out. And she's like, no, Chloe, I can't leave you. You need to be safe, child. So as Chloe leaves, Joanne notices matches fall out of her pocket. And Chloe's like, oh, I grabbed these just in case when I went to go check that all the doors were locked. I just grabbed them just in case. So she goes upstairs and she breaks a window in the nursery to distract Richard, and he runs back inside. This brings us back to the prologue. Joanne starts to drive away, but then she stops the car and she's like, I gotta save Chloe.
I can't leave her here.
I can't leave her. So she leaves Evie in the running car and runs back towards the house that is now burning and on fire. And Richard begs Chloe to come out. So Chloe comes out. Joanne sneaks up on him, whaps him in the head with an umbrella. He goes down. He's not dead, but he's like concussed on the floor. Chloe was hiding in Joanne's office and Joanne helps her escape. As they're running out, Richard grabs Joanne's ankle and she like kicks him off of her. And he's like, don't do it. Richard tries to speak, but Chloe stomps on him, freeing Joanne. They flee, but the gate won't open. And then Richard just appears and he's pleading with Joanne, but the dog Oscar attacks him. I imagined him as like a chihuahua.
Oh, really?
I didn't think he was a big dog.
I don't think
He's all
a
a
big
cane
dog, but I don't think
corso.
he's that little. I think he's like a...
Medium-sized dog?
Yeah, medium
I didn't
dog.
imagine him as a cane corso because
didn't
that
either.
would have took that bitch down. So Oscar attacks him. Joanne grabs the gun and demands him to open the gate. Chloe then takes the gun, confronts Richard with a baby photo, and shoots him in the head. She momentarily points the gun at Joanne and then apologizes. They leave together. 2 months later, Joanne and Chloe, who are now living together, and claim Richard's death was an accident. Chloe has returned to school. Joanne hired a PI to investigate Richard's affair, and they visit Diane and Sophie's graves, and then they go see Chloe's grandmother, Helen, who is Diane's mom. Helen tells Joanne that Chloe has a mental condition causing criminal behavior. Helen says Alfred, so she's like, I need more jam. Why don't you go get us some more jam, Chloe? She's like, okay, Gran. And she like leaves for the store. While she's gone, she's like, listen to me.
Listen here.
Alfred Butterworth is alive, and Chloe visits only to get into her will. He's like, no, Alfred's dead. And she's like, I just talked to him last week. What the fuck? He's alive. Helen reveals that Chloe confessed to killing Diane and Sophie, and Richard sent her to the hospital, which was her psychiatric stay. Helen says Chloe confessed to the murder so she and Richard could be together. Later, Chloe retracted the confession, blaming Richard again. Helen maintains that Richard loves his family, and she's like, he's terrible at business, but he did love his family. Sophie's autopsy showed sedation before smothering, which could have been the medicine that she was trying to give Evie. So the baby photo Chloe gave Richard was of herself, a symbolic revenge, and Joanne realizes Chloe called, because this whole time she thought the baby photo was Sophie, the little sister, but it was really her own photo. Wild.
She's carrying her own baby photo around.
Don't forget about this kid, Dad.
This baby is daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy. Joanne realizes that Chloe called Solomon to ask about Richard's will, not for help. And Roxanne confirms Richard didn't cancel by phone. Chloe used his phone. He sent her a text like, we don't need you anymore, Roxanne.
Yeah.
Joanne concludes that Chloe planned to kill her and Evie that night, but changed her plan. And when Chloe returns with the jam, Helen warns Joanne not to let her stay.
I want to know if you guys believe which story you believe at the end of it all.
I believe that Chloe is the killer.
I don't know. I don't know who to believe, honestly.
Me either. That's how I feel.
I feel like it could go either way, truthfully. Because she talks about how the dad married the women who had money. What's-her-face had money. So if he had killed her...
But she didn't have a whole lot. Like, I think when they reviewed her thing, it was like 30,000 or 60,000. It wasn't enough.
But they found out that his companies were going under. And the Chloe says, like, oh, he probably thought you had a lot more money than you do. Now he's scrambling. So I don't know.
Let me tell you how we rate our books here at Literature on the Rocks. We do it on a 3-shot system. 1 shot is I'm not coming back for more. 2 shots, it's good enough for another, but not worth the hangover. And 3 shots, it got me up. Like me last night. Hey! I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I'm going to give this a solid 2 shots.
Okay.
I think that there was good twists. I still at the end have no clue which story to believe. I was back and forth the whole time. So I wouldn't say this was like our best read ever, but it was entertaining. I liked it. So 2 shots.
I agree. I'm going to also give it a 2. It wasn't the best thriller we've ever read, but it did have some good plot twists. I've never liked Chloe from the beginning. I think that's why I think she did it all. So I'm going to stay with that thought and theory and give it a 2.
I'm giving it a 2. I feel like it's like I know we're like, when I was thinking
It's leaning towards a 1. It's not leaning towards a 3. I'll give you that.
Like, yes. It's not like, ooh, 2, but so close to a 3, right? No. It's like for sure 2, and I was almost debating on 1. But it is a good story. It does like captivate me. I don't like when I don't have a solid answer at the end. It upsets me. And I'm like, I do think that at the end it was Chloe, which makes me really sad. The fact that you just watched your husband get shot in the face because you thought he was attacking you, and now you're finding out that you're living with a killer who was really responsible. Like that just feels really sad to me, which is why I think I want it to be Richard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So at the end of it, it's definitely, it's a good book. It's twisty and will leave you feeling confused. And if you like that kind of a thing, it's totally a book for you. It's not my cup of tea. So for sure 2, but just like a toe in 2.
All right.
All right, so that's a wrap on this episode of Literature on the Rocks. We've peeled back the layers of Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders, a story packed with secrets, red flags, and the kind of tension that makes you question every motive. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. We're here for you every Wednesday. And don't forget, the prompts for this book are already posted, so share your theories and your hot takes before we dive into the book club next week. Also, don't forget to tell us if you...
Wash your ass.
No.
Yeah, not wash your ass. What was it?
Lotion your ass.
Get dressed before you
Dress
lotion.
before you lotion your ass.
And if this book reminded you to trust your gut and maybe install an extra lock, rate and review us. You'll be helping other readers discover the thrillers that turn safe spaces into something far more sinister.
If this story kept you guessing, let's keep the conversation going. Follow us at Lit on the Rocks Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and visit literatureontherocks.com for more twists, turns, and bookish discussions.
Until next time, may your instincts be sharp, your boundaries be firm, and your cocktail strong enough to take the edge off. Cheers!
Toodaloo.
Bye.